Hi, this is Pete Clausen reporting for Tribe Athletics TV. Today we're going to catch up with Tribe Offensive Coordinator Kevin Rogers. Coach Rogers, it's your fourth year in the program. Can you just give us an indication of how you see this offense coming together right now? You know, maybe compare it to the progress you saw from last year to now.
Well, Pete, I thought we played at times very, very well last year. We have most of those guys back, so in the spring, we're able to hit the ground running, and we were able to do that in summer football too. So they're an experienced group, and you really basically can morph our offense into anything you want.
You know, speaking of experience, we have the luxury of returning a three-year starter in QB Steve Cluley. Let's talk a little bit about how you've seen his development this far in camp.
Well, it was a point in time, and I've told him this, that I didn't think he could play when I first got here, but he's put in a tremendous amount of time, both physically and mentally. He's had a lot of experience now, so he's kind of been there and done that kind of deal. So, I expect big things from him, and I think he expects big things from himself.
Speaking about big, you can certainly say that about our offensive line. They're big, they're experienced, we have some depth. How's that group looked?
Well, that might be the strength of our football team when everybody's out there. The key, to being really, really good up front is those guys being healthy, because, those five guys have to work in concert with each other. Our left guard and our left tackle are excellent players. Jerry Ugokwe has come miles. Kevin Jennings is a tough guy. So, now we got to build depth, and that's kind of what one of our goals was coming into camp.
Speaking of depth, that'll take us to the running back position. We have a proven entity there. How has the depth matured behind him?
So far, so good. They're never as far along as you want them. And the comparison was Mikhail last year, who was an excellent player in his own right. He's an all-conference performer. So, those guys had big shoes to fill, and that's still a work in progress. But they've done a nice job.
And then we'll move out to the wideout position. We have Devontae Dedman, an all-league performer, coming back. Have some new blood in the program. How have you liked the development of that crew?
Really good. You know what I mean? A few years ago, it was hard to get three guys out in the field, but we had to use groupings with two tight ends and things like that. But I think the biggest difference in my mind is we have legitimate speed. We've got guys that can take it to the house. We've got probably 6 or 7 guys that I think can be pretty good players for us.
And lastly, speaking of pretty good players, Andrew Caskins, a returning all-conference tight end. How have you liked how his play has come?
You got to love him. He's one of the true personalities on our team. Football is very, very important to him. He tries to maximize who he is in both the run and the pass game, and he shows tremendous leadership skills at the same time.
Well, speaking of football being important and leadership, this is your 42nd year in coaching. This is the dog days of camp. Literally, we'll break camp tomorrow night. Coach, can you just give me an idea of what it is about this game that keeps you excited about it and keeps you coming back for more?
Well, Pete, I wish I could give you some altruistic meanings about, player development, that kind of thing. What God's honest truth is, I never had to grow up. I played football my whole life, baseball my whole life. I love sports, and this was one of the ways that I could stay in it. I still enjoy it. I think being around the kids keeps me young, and I'm home at my alma mater.
Well, Coach, I thank you for your time. This is Pete Clausen signing off for Tribe Athletics TV.